In the name of Allah, the most merciful and almighty. Assalamu alaikum students, hope you will be fine. Today is 27th April 2020. This lecture is for grade 9. The subject is physics. As in previous lecture, we started chapter number 3. Today we have our new topic from that chapter on page number 32, which is scalar and vectors. In this lecture, we will learn about scalar and vector with examples and will try to find out the differences between the two. Let's start our lecture. Scalars and vectors. Physical quantities can also be categorized on the basis of their directional properties. The first is scalars or scalar quantities, and the second is vectors or vector quantities. Scalar quantities are those physical quantities that are expressed only by their magnitude, whereas vector quantities required both magnitude and direction to completely express them. The difference between scalar and vector quantity is the presence of direction. If there is direction, it will be vector quantity, and if there is no direction, it will be scalar quantity. Let's discuss scalars and vectors with examples. Scalars can be defined as those physical quantities which are expressed only by their magnitude along with the unit required for the measurement. For example, if we say that the mass of a bag is 6 kg, it has complete meaning, and we are completely expressing the mass of the bag. Here 6 is the magnitude and kilogram is the unit. So as in definition, we have magnitude and the unit required for the measurement. So 6 is the magnitude and kg, kilogram is the unit required for the measurement. Other examples are mass, speed, distance, time, etc. Parameter to express a scalar. So as we discussed, we need two parameters. The first one is the numeral value of the measurement, and the second is the unit required. In previous example, we studied that 6 is the numeral value and kg is the unit. So the numeral value and the unit are the parameters to express a scalar. The numeral value of a scalar quantity along with its unit gives us the magnitude of the quantity. It is always positive. Means scalars are always positive. Vectors, so those physical quantities which require both magnitude and direction to represent them along with the unit required for the measurement. For example, if we say that displace a stone by 10 meter, the first question that will arise will be in which direction. Here in this case, without the specification of direction, its meaning is incomplete. But if we say that displace the stone by 10 meter towards the north, then it makes complete sense. Here in this example, 10 is the magnitude, meter is the unit, and north is the direction. As in definition, we require magnitude, direction, and the unit. So 10 is the magnitude, meter is the unit, and north is the direction. Other examples are acceleration, displacement, momentum, etc. Now parameters to express a vector. So there are three parameters to express a vector. The first one is numeral value, the second is unit, and the third is direction. The numeral value of a vector quantity along with its unit gives us the magnitude of the quantity. The negative sign with a vector quantity implies reverse or opposite direction. Thus, vector quantities can be positive as well as negative. Difference between scalars and vectors. So as we discussed, so we here this is a table form. So scalars expressed only by their magnitude and unit. For example, 6 kg weight, as we discussed in the examples of scalars, 6 is the magnitude and kg is a unit. The second is vector quantity, so both magnitude and direction are required. For example, 10 meter towards the north. 10 is the magnitude, meter is a unit, and north is the direction. Scalars are always positive, and while vectors can be positive as well as negative. Representation of vectors. Vector can be represented in two ways. The first one is symbolic representation and the second is graphical representation. Symbolic representation. Symbolically, a vector is represented by a bold letter, either capital or small. For example, capital A or small a, but it will be a bold letter. Vector can also be represented by simple letter with an arrow above or below it or a cap over it. For example, the first one is capital A and we can see an arrow above or a cap above in the second example. Now graphical representation. Graphically, a vector is represented by an arrow. The starting point of the arrow is called tail of the vector and the ending point is called head of the vector. The length of the arrow gives the magnitude and the arrowhead points the direction of the vector. For example, here are some vectors, each have a tail and a head. Tail is the starting point while head is the direction. In the second figure, we can see the tail, head, and as we discussed that the length is the magnitude of the vector. Here are the assignment. Classify the following vectors and scalars. So you have to classify either these or vectors or scalars. And the second question is write 7 examples of scalars and vectors. Hope you will understand the lecture. Try to solve your assignment. Thank you.